Everybody, Mike Dasargo here, San Diego 10X Defense, out here at the San Diego Police Department shooting range. I want to talk to you today about the non-diagnostic linear malfunction clearing techniques found in the combat focused shooting program. Non-diagnostic linear malfunction, what does that mean? It's a bunch of big words, right? Well, check this out. In the middle of a fight, your brain and your body's natural reactions will want to stay attentive to whatever is chaotic and threatening, whatever is endangering your life. So we don't want to have too many distractions. It's chaotic enough. We want to focus on what is that bad guy doing? What is it that that threat is doing to present itself as a danger to me? And what can I do to stop that threat? Well, if your gun goes click, we don't want to take our attention away because we probably won't be able to. We'll probably feel a little bit of sense of urgency, and what we want to do is be able to clear those malfunctions while keeping full attention on what is happening in our environment. So that's what non-diagnostic means, is that we're not going to look at it and we're not going to try to diagnose what's happening with the gun. The training method is going to follow a stimulus and a response, where it'll become an automated response. When you hear click, the tap and rack should clear a large portion of the widest set of possible malfunctions that you can come across. If you tap rack and you still get another click, then that's when you'll want to reload your gun. There is a possibility that you won't be able to take your magazine out. In that scenario, you'll lock your firearm to the rear, rip it out, clear your chamber, and reload from that point. It's non-diagnostic linear malfunction in that sense, where it's non-diagnostic. You're going to get a stimulus response. You'll have an automated response. Your eyes will be observing and taking in information in your environment. You get click, lateral step, tap rack, click again, reload. You can't take it out. Then you're going to lock it back, rip, clear the chamber, enter, and go. That whole sequence is progressive. That's what linear malfunction means. If A doesn't work, then B doesn't work, then C should get you back in the fight. And really, tap rack bang is going to be your most plausible clearing technique that you're going to use. So we're also going to take a look at the latest. This weapon has been cleared. This is the emergency manipulation sight. If you notice, it has a slight curve to it here. What that allows, it allows you to catch onto any part of your gear or your clothing to rack if for whatever reason your left arm is occupied. It's not so aggressive in a 90 degree that it'll get caught and latch on and you'll get stuck. It's curved so that way it still slides right off. We'll take a look at all this with some live fire. We'll also be using some diminution rounds. These diminution rounds has a weight of actual rounds, but it's a way that we can induce malfunction safely and effectively. The way we load them is going to be randomized, where we're not going to tell the student or the shooter how many rounds they're going to have before you start to clear your malfunction. So someone else is going to load my magazines, we're going to ride through it, and it should come as a surprise just as it would in the real world. In training, we want the stimulus to be your trigger to start your response. Okay, so we don't want to choreograph. You're going to shoot 2 rounds and now you're going to have a malfunction. Well, if you know you're going to have a malfunction, you're not getting the best out of your training, because we don't deliberately encounter malfunctions in the real world. So stay tuned, we're going to go on the range and check it out, live fire. As mentioned earlier, in a dynamic critical incident, when things are chaotic and threatening, our attention is going to be on the bad guy. And a lot of times we're taught to find your pocket or your holster, look down at it, and try to rack it from there. The great thing about this E.M.S sight, the emergency manipulation sight, is that you can keep your eyes up and attention on the bad guy, and it has just enough aggression with the cant in the sight that I don't have to look. I could just hit anywhere on my leg and know that it's going to rack any part. If I'm in a vehicle and I'm out here for whatever reason, my weapon went down, I can still tap, rack, and it'll catch. It'll catch on damn near anything without getting snagged. That's the key element, is that it's curved, aggressive enough to catch on any part of the jeans without snagging onto it, where now I have to rip it off my pants or any part that I'm trying to catch the weapon on. It's a great E.M.S sight, brought to you by Ameriglo and Rob Pincus. E.M.S is emergency manipulation sight for the Glock 19, soon to come to the MP9 as well as the Springfield XD.